Okay. It's been mm, actually been about a month since I did a recording. Wow. Okay. Lots been going on. Some of it I haven't talked about even in my blogs. I've been blogging on the website more than I have been doing videos. I just go through pages on that. Blogging had seemed to work better. Uh, Talking to my therapist and all that fun stuff. So, um, where we're at on my therapy, healing, all of that is that we figured out, at least in part, that my depression started when my mother passed away, and then Tara compounded it by doing all the crazy shit she was doing. And that I subconsciously, and I kind of did know that she was probably trying to fuck Jose. And, I found out later she was. And it just compounded everything going on. She was doing things to intentionally compound it. So we figured that part out. We've also figured out it looks like because the new over the counter stuff, I'm just doing over the counter stuff right now. The new stuff I'm doing is actually helping pull me out of the depressive state. The reason my property is so messy, the reason I let so many things fall to the wayside is because of that. I plan on getting my teeth fixed. Um, I mean, that was really important for me to do, and just the way she did me, I was like, I barely got one eye operated on, and I figured out, I thought that was 2 or 3 years ago. It's actually 2018, right before my mother got sick. And I kept trying to get my other eye operated on, and she was busy, oh, I have to work, and I have to do this, and I have to clean so-and-so's house, and oh, I wouldn't sit, so it's just constant bullshit. So the around, got my other eye operated on. I have an appointment, I believe, on the 10th of next month. I have to wait, well, and that's tentative. Um, my eye, last time I had it operated on, was slow healing. This time, of course, it's slow healing. Welcome to old age. And so I'm having to wait till the 25th before they fully release me. Hopefully, they fully release me. They say it most likely they'll get me fully released. So, what else has gone on? So my therapy is going really well. We're actually talking about ending therapy at this point because at this point it's just, I have all the tools I need, to try to, I don't know that, well, it's something I'm thinking about, but we'll see how that works out because I think I've moved past a lot of the issues that I needed to deal with. Um, okay, so it's public knowledge that I found out that Tara planned to murder me for that insurance policy, that big $250,000 life insurance policy. And I didn't say anything about it, but once I found out that she was the one that actually planned to murder me, it wasn't Suzanne, it was her doing it. I filed criminal charges against her for attempted murder with the Wise County Sheriff's Office. Yes, I did. They interviewed witnesses, more than one, because Suzanne did testify against her and admit that, yes, Terry admitted to her about plans to murder me for that insurance policy. So that's confirmed. And there was apparently someone else Tara told about and Suzanne knew about, and they testified as well. That's all in the police report. They also, their experts, wasn't me. I just gave them all the video and all that fun stuff. It's not my therapist, none of mine. Their mental health experts, they turned it over to mental health experts, and their mental health experts has said that she needs to be taken under a mental health warrant and basically thrown in the loony bin because she's showing signs. Now, I didn't know this. I asked them to explain it to me, and they really couldn't. I've asked some other people. We're not really sure what's going on. I know she's showing some signs or early signs of schizophrenia. Her family, it's documented in her family. It's genetic that she and her family have schizophrenia. So she's going more nuts than I even thought. And needless to say, I'm in a lot better mood. I've moved through so much of this stuff, and I've gotten over so much of it. But their mental health experts said that she's definitely a sociopath, a dangerous sociopath. Quoting the police report, she is a danger to herself and others because the plan to murder me was her original ideal, and she they believe she took at least some small overt acts to carry it out. And the only they didn't speculate on the rest of it. The only reason I know is she didn't carry it out is because we never actually truly divorced in 2015. And I wish we would have now. But it doesn't matter. That's water under the bridge. So they found cause and reason to indict for attempted murder. And then the DA declined to indict because it's they technically, by the time I found it all, it was over the statute of limitations. That argument could be made. They said you discovered that new information, but they can argue in court and maybe get her off the charges. So they decided not to indict, at least for that. They do want to take her in for a mental health warrant, which means they'll basically throw her in the rubber room. All right. Over this last month, another thing I have not talked about was since I found that out and since the charges came through, she has hooked up with a guy named Dana Owen Fletcher. And the way I found that out was pretty interesting. I was doing a new insurance quote. I was looking for insurance, and narcissists do what's called breadcrumbing. Narcissists will leave breadcrumbs for you to follow because there's a form of manipulation for them. And she breadcrumbed this guy, Dana Fletcher is what name he goes by. It's Dana Owen Fletcher. He lives up in a suburb of Boulder, Colorado. I've got the address over there somewhere. It doesn't matter. Listen, yeah, I'll get into that story in a minute. So I was looking up insurance quote. It said, and it gave me this huge quote, and it said the reason why, because I asked it why the quote was so high, and it said all these drivers. And I was like, what do you mean drivers? There's only me. That's why I filled it out. So I hit the down button or whatever, and it listed every person that had ever lived at this address, including someone named Dana Fletcher. And I was like, who the hell is Dana Fletcher? Because I knew the people that lived here before since 1983. I knew the names of every person who's ever lived here. That person has never lived here before. So I did a quick search, found him on Facebook, talked to one of Tara's ex-friends about it. And I was like, hey, you ever hear of Dana Fletcher? And she goes, oh, that guy. I said, it's the guy? Yeah, she's been, flirting with him for years. So she's been grooming this guy for years. He lives up in Colorado. And so I was like, oh, that makes sense. Well, what she was doing, she breadcrumbed me to find him so she could use triangulation. The day after the divorce paperwork was signed, they posted a picture together on his profile, and he changed his status to in a relationship on the 12th. The divorce paperwork was signed on the 10th, but it was announced on the 11th. They did it on the 12th. It was all this triangulation, try to make me jealous. And, oh, look, baby, I'm so jealous. You poor sucker. You're a dumb son of a bitch. When she gets done fucking with you, I'm going to finish the last of my popcorn and say, yep, didn't see that shit coming. Yeah, you just can't fix stupid. I mean, her followers, her minions, all these fucking people, they're idiots. And this guy's an idiot as well. It's kind of funny. Did some little research. It took like 22 seconds on the internet to find this guy. Of course, I found his full name. He's a lounge singer, apparently. So he's got some sort of little lounge group singing thing that he does, whatever. I don't know. I didn't read about it, didn't care. But what I did care about is that he moved into his parents' house in 2009 with his girlfriend, had a kid, and he kicked her out last September. If you guys go read my blog, it'll say on there, I noticed a big change in Tara last September. It's kind of like, what? Wonder how that happened. Yeah. So, she's been grooming him for a while. So that's what it was in December when she cut me off, is because she had her hooks into him. And then July, she wasn't fully committed to him yet, obviously, or he wasn't to her. And then so when I kicked her out, she was in a lurch about finding a place to live. But apparently she's moved in with him now, up in Colorado in their parents' house. It's kind of like, okay. Yeah. Yeah. This guy's lived with his parents for 14 years. He's 55 years old. It's like, really? God damn. Talk about a true mama's boy. And then that's perfect, because narcissists, you don't know anything about narcissists will latch on to people with emotional problems to begin with. And that means that I had emotional problems back when she latched on to me. And in a way, I guess, maybe I did, I don't know, but I've got loyalty problems. I made her promises, and, I should have just broken my word and said, fuck you, and got rid of you years ago. But, here we go. But, so he lives at home with his mama. Here's the real kicker on this. Here's the problem. Um, I filed to amend the divorce and appeal it and all this fun stuff because uh, her phone number doesn't work anymore. She changed her phone number. Well, guess what? On Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, she has to make me aware of that. She didn't. She has to make the court aware of it. She didn't. So she violated the court and court rules and a court order. They handed her that order that day that says you have to do these things. She didn't do it for 90 days from the case or whatever. So and she changed her address and didn't inform the court. So she violated all these court rules. And of course, she violated discovery because she lied to me and said, "Oh, I'm not the one that planned to murder you." And then I found out, of course, she was the one that planned to murder me. And now we have testimony as that as well. And so at this point, it's all a big catch-22. In court, when you go into court, you never let them see you coming. There's always multiple angles the way you're dealing with the case. And people who are good in court see that. People who are not and get their ass whipped in court don't see that. So, so what's happening now is I'm trying to draw her back into court because that mental health warrant up there, the moment she walks in there, I'll tell the court, it's like, hey, she's incapable of telling the truth because she's a sociopathic narcissist with murderous tendency and she's showing blah, 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 blah. And here's a police report that proves it. So they will force her to get a mental evaluation at that point in time, of course, and she doesn't get to lie this time because she's been lying to her therapists and doctors about her mental problems and about who the narcissist really is, all that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to hand her the videos and say, here, and she's going to trick you, she's going to fool you, and they know this. The court knows it as well. I've spoken to one lawyer about this, and he said, definite narcissist. He was talking about taking the case till he found out she ain't got no money. He's like, we can't sue her for anything. Well, actually, now we can. If she's moved in with this guy up here and they're living together, I'll have to check Colorado law, but it's probably the same as Texas. I can sue her for the slander and all this fun stuff, get a judgment against her, and then attach it to that house that they're living in because he'll inherit the house with his brother or whatever when his mother dies. His dad just died. And it'll attach to that house, so they ain't going to be able to do anything with that house until I get paid. So gonna fuck over. I'll show you how to be mean. You want to rub my nose and shit. I'm good at it. So anyway, around, I'm still thinking about doing that. I may do it, but she's going to have to be mentally evaluated. And the deal with that is they've already had the mental health warrant against her. So the moment they see that, they're just going to throw her in the fucking rubber room. While she's in the rubber room, I can actually let the appeal go at that point if I want to, because her Social Security is not going to pay, which means when they go to bill her for the insurance policy against me, poof, and it goes away. And here's the whole point of this. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you're a narcissist because you're doing this, whatever, and you guys are idiots. That's not how it works. What this is about is Tara put nothing into this relationship. She did nothing but screw me over and rub my nose in it and make fun of me about it too. That hurts. It hurts really bad. And then more so that I let her do it. I'm to blame. But what it's going to do is make sure she leaves this marriage with exactly what she put into it and what she brought to it, which is nothing. You're not going to screw me over that last time. You're not going to drain the last blood drop from me, that last little ounce of I paid your fucking bills for how many years now to begin with? No, I'm not doing that anymore. You're going to have to make your own way in life. I had to work shitty jobs. I had to do horrible fucking work and everything else when it hurt me so fucking bad I couldn't get up some mornings. I had to drink so much that not to go to sleep. But I did that to pay for this place, and I paid for this place. You didn't. You didn't even pay the electric half the fucking time. All the money you gave me wouldn't even pay the electric. So blow your smoke up someone else's ass about that stuff. But anyway, around, that's what it's about. It's making that insurance policy go away. The only way she can avoid all this at this point is just to call up State Farm, say, hey, I want to cancel the policy, go down to whoever relates, whoever in Boulder, they'll produce the paper for her. She signs it, cancels the policy's over, and then she can avoid all this. She won't do it because she thinks the rules don't apply to her. She thinks that none of this will really happen, just like she thinks that none of these outcomes are going to happen about, her working off the books, all this other crazy shit. And I don't know that she's moved in Colorado. So her and that guy may have found a place over here in Denton somewhere. He's originally from Argyle or something. So they may have found a place over here. I don't care, to be honest about it. But that insurance policy is going to go away, and that's what it's about. Other than that, I've been majorly improving on all the emotional stuff, emotional balancing, all that fun stuff. A lot of it's coming back now. Um, I've kind of gotten quasi serious about some of my online dating gals that I'm talking to. And I mean, one of them, I don't know why she talking to me. She had drop dead gorgeous, beautiful. And you know what? I'm not going to talk about this stuff. So anyway, Ron, um, that's where we're kind of going with things. That's the update on things. You know, that's life, however you want to put it. And oh, that's I forgot. Oh, did I say it already? I should have did the dentist stuff started on the 10th of next month if they clear me. I think I said that. If not, I said it again. There you go. So I'm out of here. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for, doing whatever. Um, the website I link, I've got my blogs over there as well. The purpose of this channel, and I've had several people tell me, they've contacted me, mostly off their website version, but they've contacted me and said, man, this is exactly what, so-and-so is doing. They can watch the videos and then they can see how Tara acts. And they're like, God, they're doing this, blah, 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 blah. And of course, they're thanking me for the fact of here's the videos of how a narcissist works. And they also said that the hints I'm giving about recording it and then going back and watching it when they're not emotionally involved, with the argument and all that kind of stuff. They said that's working really well for them too. So everyone, yay, this is okay. Yeah, I like you too. So either way around, this is working out pretty well. I'm helping some people, and I wish I could follow my own advice sometimes. I'm getting advice over in the narcissistic forums, and I'm top contributor or whatever because I've had to learn so much about narcissism and all of this. But that's the update, and things go right. I'll post an update in another month, and we'll see where we're at. And or if there's anything super important come up, I'll post it. So take care.